Hello guys, welcome to another video of Supreme Diaries, and today's video basically has more questions than answers, and to me I feel it's very important questions, especially for black people. We should be asking ourselves this question. And the first question that I would like to know is generational wealth the solution, or is generational wealth the problem? I watched an interview of Killer Mike the other day, and he was like, the white people, the white rich people with generational wealth are 2,500 years away from the poor black masses. That is how much money they have. It will take us 205 years to amass the amount of wealth that they have. And we all know how they have amassed that amount of wealth. It was through slavery. And when you look at any corporate company or anybody who has amassed that type of wealth, it is either through slavery. Back in the days, it was through slavery. And when we're talking of recent years, it is through exploitation, which is pretty much the same thing. And we look at these people with their amount of money that they have, the lifestyle, and the power, political power that they have, and everything that they're able to do. Basically, they run the world, and nobody wants to feel like nobody wants to feel like a domino. Nobody wants to feel like they are owned, and therefore everybody aspires to have power. And by power, obviously, I mean money. And I'm not talking about 100 million. I'm talking about the billions, of course, which is what is people have, you know. But then we hear people saying things are better now, you know. Anybody can become rich, I suppose, but not that kind of wealth that allows them to be policymakers, the type of wealth that allows them to be impactful in the world, you know. Yes, you can be rich, but you cannot be rich as Bill Gates or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos or Arnold, the LVMH guy. You know, these guys are the ones that are basically shaping the world agenda and whatnot. And therefore, and then when you ask somebody, or basically when somebody aspires, what you call aspires to be that rich, the question now becomes, how do you become that wealthy? How do you create generational wealth? Is it through the same method that was used? Because frankly speaking, I think it's the only way, through exploitation, through slavery. You know, today we speak of Egypt being the greatest city, having pyramids that are basically out of this world, and we know they were built by slavery. We think of Dubai. I don't know why these things are not being shown, but I remember one time, you know, Dubai was built on the backs of pretty much slavery. These people, when they entered the country, their passports were confiscated, their living conditions were bad, but these things are not shown in media. But we celebrate Dubai as one of the greatest cities right now. But we know what it takes to build Dubai. We don't, even we do, but we just choose to ignore it. And now they're like the center of the world, pretty much. When you think of Amazon, beginning with employees complaining of the working condition, exploitation, and all that, where they couldn't even take breaks to go piss. They needed to piss in buckets right where they were working, because management felt whenever they went to the toilet, they were taking too much time when there was work that needed to be done. You know, corporate companies that are pretty much working people to their backs, like slavery. Nothing has changed. So the question that I want to find out is it even aspiring to want to create generational wealth? Because then I feel the only way we can level then is to do the same thing. And is doing the same thing worth it? Is oppressing humanity worth it? Does it pay off? Maybe the money helps them sleep better. I don't know. Maybe when we finally get it, everything that we have done to humanity will not matter. Because I don't know, we are living in isolation from the real people, the people that are doing the work. Again, I listened to Naval Ravikant say, do not start a business that cannot be leveraged, and which you need to, in terms of leverage, like it's either you can leverage capital, which is money, you can leverage labor, which is people, or but he says the best leverage now is technology. But still, I feel with technology, there's gatekeeping everywhere. There's gatekeeping everywhere. You know, so many ideas are attributed to people that did not come up with anything. We'll be shocked to find out how many of Thomas Edison's invention actually do not belong to his. We'll be shocked to find out how many ideas were stolen from people that had nothing but had their ideas. But now, people who had the resources claim to own these ideas. I'm not trying to be optimistic, I'm just trying to ask the real questions here. Like, what is it that really we should strive for? Should we strive to survive? Should we strive for generational wealth? Knowing, because I think, and the truth should be told. Everybody's preaching it, but they're not preaching the truth. How do we really create generational wealth? How do we amass the type of wealth that these people have? It's impossible without exploitation and slavery. Yes, I think technology could be the answer, but still, you need to have some money to have the type of access to the type of technology that Ravikant is talking about, that you can use as leverage, to run your businesses, to scale your businesses, to multiply your businesses. I think technology could be the answer, but still, who's having their hands in these technological industries? It's already the people with money. How would we really generate generational wealth? Let these social media gurus stop lying to us. We need to think for ourselves, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine a few weeks back, and he was like, all these people with all this money that they have, this generational wealth, they'll all tell you that they had it hard. Everybody will tell you that they had it hard. And they're only saying that so that because you are actually having it hard, you feel better. It's like, oh, he's got a similar story to mine. I can relate. And if he had the same hardships that I had and made it, that means I got a chance. When in reality, he said, that's not true for everybody. They're just saying that you can become their fan. So you can always be looking up to them. And when you're a fan, you cannot surpass the superstar, because the game that they're giving you is always limited. If you're a fan, you cannot become a superstar. Just saying to keep you there a fan, to keep you motivated, like you can do anything. But is it really true? Can you really do anything? Can you achieve the stardom that they achieved? Can you achieve the wealth that they achieved? These are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. Really. We all know somebody from growing up who's been pushing their thing from the get-go, from their school days. They've been obsessed with it. They've been pushing it till today, whether it's music, it's art, it's being a soccer player. This is everything they've been doing. How many of them do you know that have made it? I don't know, but I know it's less than 1%. And even if they do, it doesn't really pay as they thought it would. Not to say that money is everything, but money is everything in this world. It drives the agendas. It reshapes the world. It reshapes the mind. It reforms everything. Then otherwise, we wouldn't be having all these wars, because that's what they're fighting for. Money, power. The question is, what does it really take? It's not easy. Matter of fact, it has even become impossible. Don't know, what do you think? Do you think working hard pays? Do you think exploitation is the way? Do you think slavery is the way? Because really, there's no way that black people will ever have the amount of money that white people have without putting somebody in that cotton field, whipping their ass to work hard 24/7 with minimum wage and all that shit. Because basically that's what's keeping black people behind. Minimum wage, working cotton fields, being whipped. indirectly. We know. But then again, you cannot opt out of the game. Well, yes, you can. I mean, hobos have pretty much opted out of the game. They're living life on their own terms. The rest of us, we just falling into the trap of wanting everything better for ourselves, for the next generation, and so on. I don't know. What do you think?